Hello, welcome back to Just Moto. Today we are featuring my 1984 Chevy Corvette. Still thinking of a name for this thing. Yeah, I bought another project. For those of you who are following the channel right now, we realize that I do have a lot of projects, but I'll let you know that I've been tuning some of the projects down. So let's go ahead and chat a little bit about this project. But I purchased this vehicle, like I said, for $1,000. I drove it home. It died twice on me, and I, you know, I kind of expected it. It's been sitting for a long time. The tires are dry rot to, they're about to pop at any moment. But thankfully, the house was only less than a mile down the road, so I drove it home. And the first thing I noticed about when I picked up the vehicle, when I saw it, was I'm like, oh, there's a carburetor on it. So this thing's got extra liberty, extra freedom, and extra pursuit of happiness in it. This is the American dream. This is a carbureted Corvette. But unfortunately, there comes some issues with that being carbureted because it never had a fuel carb filter on it, so it just sat with an open carb. And when I got this car, the hood was full of leaves, so I'm sure there was leaves inside that carburetor. So I'm sure I have to clean that carburetor out at some point. I'm probably not going to unless I have to. It's probably bad. But yeah, let's talk about what other things about this car. It has 200,000 miles on it, so this thing has been around the block. This is definitely like, like an older cougar. It's 40 years old, it's had three or four husbands. So it's been ran through the ringer. I then bought a second Corvette, actually. I bought an 89, I believe, or an 86. I actually only bought it for the seats because the seats in this Corvette were trash. And as you can see, the seats were pretty gross, and the new seats we put in were way better. So it was worth the $300. The other Corvette, it had a bunch of back tax on it. This one's only 2 years back tax, which does suck. So I do have to get it road legal again. And I do live in the state of Hawaii, so I have to deal with safety out here, which kind of sucks. But it's not that big of a deal in Hawaii. I just got to make sure all the lights work and my horn works. But I got to fix the horn. That's something I got to fix. I definitely want to make this car. I don't want to make it like a show car. The plans for this car, like it's a hot rod. It's something that I could, drive around. Maybe I can drive it to work every once in a while, and just kind of live in it. I want to throw like a couple $100s at it here and there. It's gonna be something I slowly build up. There's a couple things that I'm gonna address right away, like the tires. They are just dry rotted to hell. I'm glad I made it home, so I'm definitely gonna put some tires on this thing. I'm gonna do the brakes again. I'm gonna do a fluid change on everything. Definitely change the radiator, the oil. Probably gonna do spark plugs and wires and distributor cap because you should. I don't know when the last time it was. The maintenance history on this car is completely unknown to me. And then I'm also gonna change the weather stripping. So that's a classic C4 thing. The weather stripping on these vehicles goes bad, so I'm gonna definitely have to change that. But other than that, I'm not gonna really try to do much. I might paint it myself one day. There's definitely some ugly marks and imperfections. I might wrap it myself one day. I might do something else to it. Um, uh, but it's again just supposed to be a hot rod. It's supposed to be a little beater car. Like I want to have fun with this car. I want to enjoy it the way it is. This is an '80s sports car, so it's not going to be crazy fast or anything like that, but it's going to feel fast and feel fun. And it's so '80s. The dash is very retro. I definitely want to get that a nicer dash. That's again only a couple $100s. And so welcome to Cribs MTV, my Cribs. I have this panel. I actually have two of these panels. So this is like a very classic Corvette issue, especially these C4s. Because again, this is all fiberglass. So people always break these panels and rip these off. So luckily, I just had to fix this one tab, and I might just do the lazy way. Part of me wants to just put another piece of fiberglass and lay it like that the right way. Part of me just wants to put a piece of plastic right here. Another part of me just wants to see if it will bolt up without it. So let's go that. So I'll just have my camera person go around that way and meet me inside the Corvette. So the beautiful thing about getting in these Corvettes, again, it's a sports car, so there's kind of a technique to it. So here we are in the lovely interior. Again, this kind of retro dash. I should have brought the keys so I can show you and everything, but as you see, it's a little bit, you know, loved. It's loved. It's a loved Corvette, well loved. So I'm gonna do little things to it. I have the horn. I'm actually gonna take this entire steering wheel out and replace it with the parts Corvette steering wheel because this one's a little ratted and faded. Eventually, I'm gonna put a radio right here, nice big Apple CarPlay radio. I'm gonna replace that because that's gross. I'm probably gonna put something funny there. It'd be nice to do something funny. Again, like I don't need this car to be perfect or anything. A lot of the electronics work too and everything. It's just well loved. I might make probably the only upgrades I'll ever do to this car. Like I'm probably gonna put speakers in it so I can listen to music, but it's gonna run a Bluetooth stereo. Like I'm gonna have a little boombox in the back, and but I also found this digging in the parts, and this actually looks like it would fit on my carb. So I'm gonna do some more research on this. I literally just found this today in the back of the vet. There was a bunch of other pieces that I got rid of in the back of the vet, and this looks like it will fit right on my carb and not deal with any issues. So let's go ahead and open up the hood. I'll meet you guys at the hood. So I'm gonna pop this big old fiberglass clamshell hood. So come check it out. As you see, it's definitely a motor inside a car with radiator and other motor and stuff, car stuff. But the Freedom is on top. So that's the Freedom, the Edelbrock Freedomnator, million, thousand. Um, but let's talk about some things with the carbs. So I'll just show you guys my custom fabrication on this air filter. It's a little warm, so I'll have to get that. But as you see, precision engineering. BMW should hire me because god dang, this Freedom thing is so awesome and fabricated great. I actually just realized that I'm actually burning some of my filters, so I gotta check that out. But hey, a little bit of pop back never hurt nobody. Let me grab the other piece of the carb top that I dropped. So normally there's a carb stud right here. That'd be a carb stud. But if we investigate the clamshell hood, realize when they left it in and it poked a hole, so they patched it. And there's also a beautiful little Edelbrock impressionation. So I definitely think that my custom fab job will work. This is actually was on the hood beforehand, but the one they had wasn't custom fabricated. Let me show you the one they had. It was like, stock. How can you have a race car if it's stock? So there's the stock one. You see how it's not all custom fabricated? Like what? Like, come on. Custom fabricated. Freedom. So, yeah, I'm probably going to end up switching to the scoop setup here. But I feel like I need a filter setup. So, probably going to figure that out because this just makes more sense. Like, doesn't that just make we're discovering this together in real time, ladies and gentlemen? Like, oh, gentlemen, who am I kidding? So so I got to figure out like, and that just looks so god dang cool. That's more freedom than I do like the custom fat job. All right, we'll figure that out later, but I do like that. Let's go ahead and start this puppy up. I'll put my custom fab job back one on because it's got a nice little sound with it. So I'm gonna start this bad boy up. Can you hear the freedom? That's the sound of USA, baby. So this is a classic C4. Like this, the weather stripping. This rubber just fails. So your boy's got to replace that, and whatever. But like that again, that's only a couple $100. This is like It's gonna be one of those projects where it's like a couple, $200 or $300 every time, and then it's gonna just make so much improvements. And these C4s, everyone has them, and like literally everyone's grandpa or uncle or someone in their family had a C4 Corvette. If they lived in America throughout the 80s and 90s, someone related to them had a C4 Corvette. GMC, oh my God, I almost said GMC. Can you imagine? Chevrolet made so many of these cars. This was like the most popular Corvette, and it's a great like it's a good first like car. Sure, obviously I wish it was stick, but like I like that it's kind of automatic, so my girlfriend can drive it, and other people can drive it. It makes it more accessible. Sure, it'd be nice with the 6 speed, and sure, it'd be nice to get like a ZR1 or whatever. But this is a sports car I got for $1,000. Like, and it's got the freedom factory of liberty on it. It's got a carburetor. What else could you ask for? And the new seats are nice too. That was a super big upgrade. And again, $300. That's two Corvettes for $1,300. If that's the most American thing I've ever heard. That's like that's fixing the economy right there. Inflation, who? I got two Corvettes for $1,300. USA. So this is the Corvette. Expect to see more Corvette content coming up on this page. I'm not gonna be a Corvette YouTuber. I'm gonna do motorcycles still, and this. I'm just gonna do things that I like. I don't have set intentions for this channel. This is for me, and if you guys want to watch it, that's totally fine. If you don't want to watch it, I hate you and you're stinky and you're not welcome here. But yeah, have a great day, and thanks for watching.